What is up, everybody? Caesar Madrazo here, and today we are continuing Doki Doki Literature Club. In part 1, we managed to get through, I think, 2 days in the game, and we have not seen anything scary yet. This is supposed to be a horror game, but we'll see what we can find in today's Doki Doki shenanigans. I'm going to go ahead and load up the game here. Alright, you can use skip button to fast forward through text you've already read. Oh, okay, cool. Alright, so we're making another poem. So, in the last episode, we decided we were going to go after Yuri and see where that gets us. So, let's make a poem for Yuri. We gotta use big words or horror words. So, imagination, massacre, incapable, uncanny, philosophy, disoriented, effulgent, incongruent, intellectual, contamination, heaven sent, captive, determination, destiny, extraordinary. Oh, that was Sayori. Okay. Tenacious, graveyard, frightening, vertigo, and existence. Alright. Think we successfully wooed Yuri there. Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past few days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi, Caesar. Yo, Sayori. It looks like you're in a good mood today. Hehe. I'm just still not used to being in the club, to you being in the club is all. I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. Eh? That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Why? Why that all of a sudden? No reason, really. I just wanted to look at it. You just want to rummage through this girl's purse for no reason? Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and lets its contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. Ah, okay. I see. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How did you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry and wanted an excuse to take a walk, or you planned to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry, and so that leaves the one option. Wah! I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Man, just putting the smackdown on her. Yuri suddenly giggles. Eh? I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book, as always. I wasn't listening or anything. It's just something in my book. Yuri, tell Caesar to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. Damn! Everybody's ganging up on Sayori here. Did I just... I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed into my book. Ooh. I really like when you speak your mind, Sayori. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You were right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept the retribution. That. Still, coming from you, Sayori, I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? Is that more foreshadowing? From Yuri there, we saw a lot of foreshadowing in the last episode, you know, hinting at this eventually becoming a horror game. We haven't seen any yet, but there's a lot of foreshadowing. Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes, so I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Pwap! Did I just slap her? Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Yeah, the back of my hand. Ow! What was... a cookie. Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my restitution. Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. Hahaha. I was just gonna give it to you, but then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction, though. Haha. Natsuki! That's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good!
Huh?
Sayori suddenly clasps her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue! Heh. You sure are going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Ah, yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try? Jeez, beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Heh. Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her. Ah, jeez, I get it. Cookie in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off of her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Mouth full, Sayori trots away to safety. Yeah, so this happened, something else happened in the last episode too, can't remember what it was, but yeah, Sayori coming across as one of those girls that's a lot smarter than she pretends to be. Maybe she's the villain. I guess we'll see. Yuri and I laugh as well. Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monika, can you tell Sayori... Huh? Natsuki glances around. Monika is not in the clubroom. Where's Monika anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me? Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. You don't think she has a... Haha, I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. Yuri, oh my god. Yuri just has, like, zero confidence in herself. And also, that was an indirect insult to these two as well. Heh, that's true. And Sayori's just like, yeah, that's right. We're all so ugly. Monika's just so much better. Natsuki, yeah, Natsuki had the proper reaction here. Excuse me? Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. There you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Monika chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monika quizzically glances at me. Never mind that. What held you up anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of lost track of time. Haha, that makes no sense though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must have not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monika. I don't, really. I kind of just started recently. I've always wanted to learn the piano. That's so cool! You should play something for us, Monika. Monika looks at me. Maybe once I get a little better, I will. Yay! That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Caesar. Monika smiles sweetly, and her back still has yet to recover. This happened in the last episode as well. Monika, she kept doing this pose that you see on the screen right now. And just because it looks like some weird back stretch, just seems like she had some sort of weird, like, injury. And she just constantly has to just stretch out her back to stop it from hurting. And obviously it's just some, like, stupid cutesy anime pose, but it just looks a little silly to me. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently. And I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks! So I didn't miss anything, did I? Nah, not really. I choose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. It looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yuri is back to her book, and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. Hey, Yuri. I suddenly noticed that Yuri is reading a different book from the one we've been reading together. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. No. I was kind of just waiting for you. If that's the case, why don't we go ahead and get started? Yes, let's. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk, and then we'll get to some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms, especially because of her long legs. Checking out them legs. Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. Yeah, why not? Shall we go then? Yeah. Where are you two off to? Huh? We're just... Yuri was gonna make some tea, so I suddenly realized how weird it sounds explaining this to Monika. We're just filling the water pitcher. Ah, okay. Sorry, I was just a bit curious. That's kind of a one-person job, isn't it? That's... Monika, please mind your own business for once. Oh. Or do you want to tell me there's something wrong with helping involve Caesar in club activities? Woohoo! This is a new side of Yuri we're seeing here. My mouth gapes. Stretching out my back. I was so shocked by Yuri's comments that my back started hurting again. I suppose there's nothing wrong with that. Then let's go, Caesar. Yuri quickly exits the room and I follow. Once in the hallway, she suddenly puts her forehead against the wall. I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that? Yuri, something about the way she said that, it made me feel so... irritated. What's wrong with me? Nah, Yuri, I think you did the right thing. No, she did not do the right thing. With Monika, yeah, it is a little weird that Monika would ask, why are both of you going to do a one-person job? Because, it's just not that big a deal. But, I don't know. She could have just laughed it off like, well, Anyway. I wasn't expecting it, but it's also not right for Monika to judge people like that. Was she judging? No, she wasn't judging. She was just asking. And this, going back to the theme of the last video, where, the moral, not moral, but like the social dilemmas that you see here are often things that people of this age range don't actually worry about. Caesar, how come even when I do something bad, you're being nice to me? Because nothing that you do is as bad as you make it seem in your head. Nobody's perfect. We have emotions, and we can't always hide them away. But you always amplify things in your head. Your mind turns a light rain shower into a hurricane. No. Wouldn't you hate me for something as terrible as that? Why would I hate you? I can't hate somebody for having emotions. What kind of friend would do that? Friend, you say? Yuri lifts her head. Caesar, I really like being friends with you. Okay, so you could interpret that two ways. Either one, she's happy that we're getting closer, or two, she's disappointed that she just got friend-zoned. Thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you, too. I feel kind of awkward saying something like that, but I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. Anyway, yeah. Shall we go? Yeah. Yuri and I walk to the nearest water fountain. Once we fill up the water pitcher, we return to the classroom. Caesar, do you like oolong tea? Yeah. Anything is fine. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. I hope she means Fahrenheit, otherwise that is some ridiculous water. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others. Even if I'm not an expert or anything? In that case, you'll only be even more impressed. Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show. And you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided that I would try expressing myself a little bit more. You see, we're making an impact on Yuri here. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do, when it's you who's around anyway. That's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too hard. You're always worrying about me, Caesar. It's very endearing. Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watch Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Caesar, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Why is that? It's a little bit easier on my back. Yuri's the one? No, Monika's the one with the bad back. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Ah, sorry, I didn't realize. No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly. I guess it's something you and Monika have in common. So I do my best to manage it. Is that so? I wonder why that is. It's most likely because of my... Oh! Oh, okay. Yeah. Your posture, right? Yes! Her posture! Of course! Always hunched over like that while reading? Yes! I have terrible reading posture. So that's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieve the book from my bag. Ah, I have some chocolate as well. It's a small bag of chocolate candies that I keep hidden from Sayori's candy radar. I take it since it'll go well with the tea. Yuri and I then sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. Ooh la la. I can't see too well. Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. Because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. Yes, she has. Yes, she has. She is trying to drop very subtle hints right now. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally manage to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Uh-oh. So are we gonna get, like, hot tea on the crotch or something? Is that what's coming up here? Ah, sorry. I briefly let go of the book and finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. Ah, that's okay. I won't have any. Huh? Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then I might get smudges on the pages. Ah, you're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Yuri opens the book with both hands. Like, you got the... Is this supposed to be like dust mites, or is it like just shiny sparkles or something? Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder of a time reading it, but as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Just getting more and more intimate, isn't it? Well, in that case, Yuri is already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it in my mouth. Then I take another chocolate and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if the situation is completely natural. So, we're feeding Yuri chocolate, but that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Why apprehensively? Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Looks like she has, like, a very short toothpick in her mouth. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Caesar. Sorry, I guess I shouldn't have done that. Ah, that's... Well, you were just helping. That's something that friends do, right? Maybe not entirely in this context, but I mean, yeah, I guess some friends could do that. I mean, not really in this kind of context, that exactly, but yeah, that's all it was. Yeah, then you don't need to stop or anything. Ooh, look at Yuri, just like leading us down this path. Ah, I see. The situation has gotten really tense. Yuri tries to return to the book, but I can tell just by her expression that she can't even focus now. My heart is pounding. I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers, but this time Yuri's eyes meet mine. How did it even come to this? Yuri doesn't avert her gaze. I notice her chest rising and falling to the rhythm of her breaths. I raise my arm. Ah, like before. Yuri parts her lips. Oh my god. But it's different this time. I take the chocolate and place it in her mouth. I feel her hot breath on my fingers. Jesus, they're just going all out with these descriptions. Okay. And it just abruptly ends with Monica. That's fantastic. Okay, everyone. What? Yuri jolts back. It's time to share poems. Caesar, you can help Yuri put the tea stuff away, right? Yeah, of course. Okay, thanks. The spell is abruptly broken. I'll take care of the cups. Yeah. Yuri picks up the teacups from the floor. I pick up the bag of chocolates. In the end, we hastily clean up without so much as a word between us. I get the feeling this is something neither of us will have the courage to bring up. Alright, so we showed Yuri the poem third last time, so we're going to show it to her second this time. Let's go to Monica. Hi again, Caesar. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that, as long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. Ha ha ha! I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monica. Alright, this one's good. It feels like you're not only getting more comfortable with your style, but the imagery is better than the last one I read. Just wondering, but have you been finding inspiration in Yuri's writing style? I guess so. You can't deny that she's talented. Yeah, totally. I think her poems are the most romantic. That's the best way to describe it. She's like a totally different person when she picks up a pen. I noticed that too. Or when she's talking about literature, it's like a light turns on inside of her. Sadly, it's hard to get much personal conversation out of her. Trust me, I've tried. Who knows what goes on in that head of hers? I hope you don't mean that in a bad way. No, of course not. I just meant that I wish she didn't keep so much to herself. But still, defending her like that, you must be pretty into her. Backstretch. Excuse me 1 second. Still haven't gotten over that injury. Eh? You completely misunderstood. Haha, calm down, I'm kidding. Besides, I'm pretty sure she's already got a boyfriend. Uh-oh. Wait, really? Yeah, a fictional one anyway. Ah, she's one of those. Monica kind of whispers that last part to me. It's just a hunch. Yeah, back is really bad today. It's just a hunch, but, well, there's not really anything wrong with that. Oh, well, I know. I was just saying. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Alright. Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms, squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent, like playing a chalkboard on a turntable, like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Load me. Load me? So there are a couple of technology references in this. The title's called Save Me, and you've got Load Me, like save and load from, like, you know, a game. You've got red, green, and blue, the colors of, you know, pixels on a computer. Endless cacophony of meaningless noise, like, I don't know, like maybe gaming noises, or computer noises, squeaking, screeching, piercing, sine, cosine, tangent, that's, you know, math. Not necessarily, you know, technology, but, okay, violent grating waveforms, so like, you know, audio waves? I don't know. Playing a vinyl on a pizza crust, so like static noises? I don't know, maybe, it could be about TV. No, well, load me. Like loading a DVD? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna assume this is about, like, you know, being addicted to television. Because, yes, I don't know. Best I can come up with. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? Yeah, it's pretty abstract. Excuse me. I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just a kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. I kind of like playing with the space on my paper. Choosing where and how to write to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Haha. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. Man. Sorry guys, my throat's starting to get to me from all the talking, I guess. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? Haha, that's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Alright, thanks, Monica. Alright, so we'll show it to Yuri this time. So saying, yeah, you know, you're a little more important to me now. I'll show it to you second this time. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? Caesar, this one might even be better than yesterday's. How did you even pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing. Maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. I'm not used to this. Used to what? I don't know. It's fine, take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her. Ah, look at that, being a caring friend. Yeah, just being appreciated like this, I guess. It probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me really happy. Are you saying you've never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it. I really only write for myself. And besides, people would just laugh at me. Do you really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Huh. Even your close friends? Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. Maybe she doesn't have any close friends. Maybe you are her first close friend. Anyway, do you want to share the poem you wrote today? Yeah, I do. If it's with you. Look at us, getting all like buddy-buddy with Yuri. Oh, this one's long. Wow. Okay. So this is Yuri's fancy poem, so I have to read it in a fancy style again. The Raccoon. It happened in the dead of night, while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences, well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity. The raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off my cutting knife. Wow, I screwed that up. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we have gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood. Classic Pavlovian conditioning. Or Pavlovian conditioning, I slice the bread. And I feed myself again. Wow. So this seems to be about indulging in a habit? Something like that. Like indulging in a new habit, and you get more and more accustomed to it, so you do it more and more. And like the raccoon is supposed to represent, yeah, the raccoon is the urge. The bread is the curiosity. So you're feeding the curiosity to the raccoon, and the raccoon gets more curious and thus wants, okay, yeah. So it's like, yeah, just indulging in a habit. The enticing beauty of the cutting knife was the symptom. So what is the knife? So I guess what would the knife represent? Just... I don't know. Maybe maybe the knife is just circumstantial. But okay, yeah, I think I got this. Let's see how right I was. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. Well, that's because you're an idiot. I got it right. At least I think I got it right. It's like, yeah, okay, never mind. Let's just go. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style, using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. See? I'm right again. And the character in the game that is supposed to be me is just really bad at this. It's those sorts of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself, so I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Why do you keep them to yourself? Because they're embarrassing. And people would make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that, Caesar? Well, yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities, even if it's difficult sometimes and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I'd probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. You're good at a lot of things. Writing, listening. Yeah, but you know what I'm apparently really bad at? Interpreting poems. There really aren't many people like you, Caesar. I'm like the most generic character in this entire game, and that really says a lot, considering how generic and stereotypical... I think, with the exception of Monica, every girl in this game has just like a super anime personality. And even Monica, she doesn't have an anime personality, but she does those anime poses. So, but even all that considered, saying there really aren't many people like me, no, I'm like the most generic, like, main protagonist that there is. That's exaggerating a little bit. Yes, it most certainly is. It's just how I feel. I never thought I would feel so comfortable sharing my writing, but now I almost feel like I look forward to it. It's just a really nice feeling. Just yesterday, Yuri, you were so flippy-floppy. Like, first you don't want to share, then you're really excited to share, then you don't want to share again, and now you're comfortable sharing. It's like, this girl has multiple personality disorder, and you're to thank for that. It's nothing, really. Yuri smiles sincerely at me. Just for a moment, her timidness seems to disappear. Her timidness certainly seemed to disappear a little while ago when she was gazing at you and anticipating the chocolate you were about to put in her mouth. Alright, so let's go Natsuki next. Well, I can admit that it's better than the last one. It's nice to see that you're putting in some effort. That's good. But I still don't like this at all. It's trying too hard to be serious. Huh? What do you mean by that? Poems don't need to be all deep-sounding to express something. It's just, it's going to sound like you're forcing it unless you really don't suck at it. Honestly, don't even bother trying to write poems like this until you're on Yuri's level. Natsuki stopped short all of a sudden. Don't tell me. Huh? You're not just trying to impress Yuri, are you? What are you talking about? And keep your voice down. You know Yuri would love this angsty. Just because she's a talented writer doesn't mean... Looks like I'm in trouble. I somehow struck a nerve, though what I did is beyond me. I am so done with you. Natsuki shoves the poem I handed her back over to me. Take your stupid poem. If you wrote it for someone else, just don't show it to me. Ouch. This is what I get for letting a younger girl step into my business. Unless I was a mind reader, I was destined to be in a world of pain from the start. At least Natsuki wasn't really the girl I was trying to impress in the first place. Back to the sociopath mentality. Whatever. I don't care about you. I don't care if your feelings are hurt. Just get out of here. Who cares about you, Natsuki? Alright. Sayori. Ooh, I like this one, Caesar. It has some nice feelings in it. Ah, I'm glad. Does that mean it's better than yesterday's? Let me think. I don't know. I guess I like them both. That's not very helpful, you know. Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad. But that's why I just go by my heart. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem. I'm not sure that's exactly how it works. Then again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of this whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place. Yeah, me neither. Why don't you at least try giving it some thought? Aw, you want to write something for me? That's so sweet. Yeah, right. But you're always thinking about other people, so you need to think about yourself once in a while. So if you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. Eh? Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep it in mind. Well, whatever. Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Yeah, I like things that are happy and things that are sad. Happy and sad? I can't see you liking something sad, Sayori. Well, I like happy the most. But sometimes when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can help give the rain cloud a little hug and make a nice happy rainbow. Sayori, that's unexpectedly poetic. Huh? It is? Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, Caesar. I should go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay? Alright. Bottles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's the secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and I pluck one out. It's warm and tingly. But there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe. And I put the bottle on the shelf with all of the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts. In bottles, all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends, each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way, down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams, friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go. Like exploring a dark cave, exploring the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping, I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally, all done, I open up and in come my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf one after one, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, and shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something. But all I hear is echo, 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 inside my head. Alright, so this is about feeling pressured to keep everybody happy or make everybody's lives better. Like, this is about being a people pleaser. Wanting to, share your happy thoughts and your happiness with other people to make them happy too, but sometimes it falls short, and the happy thoughts end up all over the floor, and the people who are not happy, it sort of like overwhelms you, and trying to make everybody happy, sometimes all you get is just like echo, like all you hear is just, what's the word I'm looking for? Inaudible? Like, I guess inaudible noises. I can actually kind of relate to that. Holy crap, Sayori, did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was going to write the best poem ever? Yeah, but, I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monica taught me a whole lot, and I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, and you should be proud of it. Aw, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah, writing's the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. Another foreshadowing word. Ha! Don't get ahead of yourself. Sayori's always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're gonna keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but it doesn't tell us what we're actually going to do for the event. Ah, sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're gonna be performing. Performing? Monica. Yeah, we're gonna be having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also gonna let anyone else who come up and recite poems too. Sayori's putting it all on the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayori, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting these posters up, did you? Huh? Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no, it's not a bad idea. I just didn't sign up for this, you know? There is no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never, in my life, do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys! No, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple of days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that, so I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then we'll inspire others to do the same, and the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah, it's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right! And it's those reasons why we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find those same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in a room... if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree! I don't think it's too much to ask. And I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but it looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Ooh. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. Alright. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. I guess I don't really have a choice. Haha, that's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. There's a lot of death references in this day. I'm thinking we're getting pretty close to the horror. Oh gosh, you'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way! Monica, this is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Ha, of course. Now, let's see. Monica flips through her notebook to the specific poem that she has in mind for herself. Then she then stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way We Fly. Ahem. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica! Haha, thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. What? Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quietly over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri! It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets too absorbed in her books. Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure, and she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Man, this dialogue itself is almost a poem. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her, as if she bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Yeah, Yuri. Everyone joins me afterwards, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were so caught off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back to her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri is down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next then. Sayori hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one is called My Meadow. Haha. Sorry, I giggled. Sayori. It's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best that way. I see. Okay then. Sayori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it, but hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes. We applaud. I did it! Good job, Sayori. Even Caesar liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the room fits you really nicely. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. Huh? I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. Thanks. Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do in front of everyone. Then next time I'm gonna make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know? Okay! Now, who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before Caesar. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Caesar lower everyone's expectations a little before I have to do it. Alright, well screw you too, Natsuki. Natsuki. It's fine. I might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then, that just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah, I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. This poem is called... It's called... Why are you all looking at me? Because you're presenting. Anyway, this poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little bit. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down, as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes, and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again. Well, do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people, but when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea for what it's like now. Make sure to pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez, I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too, it doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy, and it makes my back hurt. Give me a second. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone, I think that's about it for today. I know the festival is coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait! I can do this. I can do this. Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori or Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club. And impressing Monica. Going back to what we saw in the last episode, the game just seems to really want you to chase after Monica, but they don't give you the choice to. I don't understand. Like, I honestly think I would have picked Monica if I had the option. But you can only either impress Sayori, Natsuki, or Yuri. Then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep. Look at you two, always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys, don't make such a big deal out of it. It must be a little nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, Caesar, you don't have to say it. Whatever, let's go already. I walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayori is being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori. Sorry, I was spacing out. Ah, no wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to... I mean... Sayori fumbles with her words. So, let's just say that one day Yuri asked to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. Well, we're going the Yuri route, so yes, we would walk home with Yuri. Walking home with Yuri, huh? Why does the thought of that make my heart pound? I mean, given how hard it is for her to socialize, I would feel awful turning her down, so... Isn't she so beautiful and smart? That has nothing to do with what I just said. Haha, you admitted it. Jeez. There's not even any point in speculating something that's never going to happen. Well, maybe. But I just like to think about it. It's not long before you won't need me anymore, you know? Oh, no. Now, so Sayori's going down that, you know, I know that you don't want to be my friend anymore because now you have, you know, your girlfriend Yuri. Is that where this is going? Need you? Sayori, I can't figure out how you're seeing things in your head right now. Sorry, everyone is different. Nobody in the club is a replacement for you. If you say so. The conversation trails off, and I'm left feeling awkward. But it was kind of her fault for trapping me with such a weird question. I can't just lie to her, but if there's something that makes her happy, I would hate to take that away from her. That's why I said there's no point in speculating. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time. Alright, so it's poem time again, which means it's about time for me to save, and we are going to end the episode here. So, first of all, let me mute the music here for the end of the video. So, we have made it through another video, about an hour worth of footage of Doki Doki Literature Club. Still no horror yet, but we have seen a lot more foreshadowing. So I'm thinking episode 3, maybe we'll see some horror. I expected us to see some today, but I mean, I'm sure it's coming. Until then, thank you for watching, everybody. I am Caesar Madrazo, and I am out.